you can really tell the difference. If you go between rooms where we might have one of those legacy bars into a room with the C1 in it, you immediately notice that change. Everything seems brighter, everything's clearer, the audio is great. I'm Danny Ward. I am BT's design and strategy lead for AV. BT have run everything from internet, telephones, everything that needs a connection in the UK will go over BT somewhere. The way that people worked changed a huge amount. People not being in the office has become a huge focus. So if it's people working from home, people working from cafes, people working from a different building that we've got, the ability for those people to be in the meeting that's happening in this space or in one of our other spaces is crucial to the way anybody works these days. We've been working on our Better Workplace program, and just generally upgrading our tech for our colleagues. Perfect for me is technology that advances the way people conduct their meetings. It should be seamless. It shouldn't be something that sticks out, but people should know that it's there, know that it's working. It should kind of ideally bring the person at the far end of a call right in front of you. That's kind of the true north of what we're trying to achieve. The first cameras that we might have had were low resolution. You could kind of see who that might be on the other end of the call, but lighting would affect it. Quality, bandwidth, all kinds of things would affect that experience that people get. Bringing Huddly in just with a single camera was massive, because it's obviously one of the industry leading types of camera that you can get. Huddly have got something that will go into pretty much every room. In our standard spaces, the C1 is going to be integral, because we don't need to put in a separate audio feed. We can just put in that C1 and it will do everything we need. Where we have already got a bespoke audio solution, then the L1 is just going to slot straight into that space where we might have had a legacy camera before that. The ability to look at a room that maybe straddles that large to extra large space, where we might want to put in a C1, but then the room might dictate that you need a few more cameras. The ability to strap those crew cameras into the system, it means that we don't need to look at extra solutions. We don't need to look at switching between different camera systems. Everything's just together. It all works together. All the cameras know what's happening, can work out the best shot that they can get between them. I think my favorite thing that we are able to do with AI is kind of tailoring the experience that you get from that camera based on what kind of room you've got, particularly what the furniture is, I guess. What I particularly like is that we can change that framing mode. So if we've got kind of comfy seating, lounge seating, low, if it's a little bit more relaxed, you can kind of flip into collaboration mode. But obviously, if you've got a standard meeting in a normal room, then you can flip to that kind of group frame or speaker mode, whichever you like. From the far end perspective, for somebody on the other end of a call, that ability to see somebody's face, regardless of where they're sat in the room, whichever way they're facing, whoever they're speaking to, that ability to do that rather than maybe seeing the side of somebody's face has been great. We've got remote access into a huge amount of our kind of portfolio of equipment. We don't really need to interface with the Huddly stuff that much. If we can get an IP solution where we've got a Cat6 running the length of a room, it's cheaper, it's easier to run. If it breaks, you've not got some kind of bespoke USB cable that you've got to change. So for the Huddly cameras in particular, the Crew, where you've got cameras dotted around a room, being able to run that over IP rather than having to find a route for a cable, using extenders, adding extra links into that chain where it can break, it just makes things so much simpler. It really is. It cuts down the amount of time, it cuts down the amount of effort, the amount of cost. It's a win all around again. So we'll be putting a huge amount of Huddly kit into those spaces. The change between those legacy devices to these cutting edge devices from Huddly has been invaluable for us. I'm hoping that our colleagues are going to see Huddly as the thing that they expect to see in a meeting as they move forward.